So I didn't think the camera was on me. I was like, this camera is not on me. Because you know, sometimes you think you're in the eye line side of the camera and you're not. You find out you're not. All you see is like your hand or something, like, you know, you think you're in eye line sight and you're not. So that's what I thought. So I'm standing on the tree and I'm looking directly at the camera. I'm watching the scene. Like, I'm watching them film the scene. And they like cut. So they cut that scene and basically came up to me and was just like, hey, you're looking at the camera, you know, you can't look at the camera, you know, just look natural, look like you're doing something, you know, do something else. And I was just like so embarrassed because they had stopped the whole scene just to tell me I'm looking at the camera. I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh shit. I didn't know they could even see me on the camera. Hopefully this is a video that's very entertaining to you because it is very depressing to me. So I'm just hoping that my depression is entertainment for the world. So I just want to start by saying I've been officially attempting to act for about, or to jump into the acting entertainment industry for about 10 years. As far as acting specifically, I've been trying to jump into that for the past, I would say 3 years. 2016 is probably when I started becoming serious about it, and actually making moves started in 2017. But upon realizing all of this, I have encountered so many obstacles, I would say. So this industry is harder than you think to get in. Like, it's not an easy walk at the park. Like, you just get noticed in the supermarket and someone's just like, oh, you're so pretty, you should be the lead role in my movie. I wish it was that simple, because even though I don't be looking cute in Walmart, I still have I think I have a unique look. So I wish it was that easy, more of like, that's how it is kind of for modeling. I kind of left the whole background work alone. So what is, let's get started. What is background work? Background work is basically the people in the freaking background. You're not really a supporting actor. You're just kind of there to make the scene. You're enhancing the environment. You're making things look more natural. You're either sitting in the back drinking coffee, walking by, in the back cheering in the crowd, or, you know, just things like that. You're in the back. You don't have any lines. You don't have nothing. You're just there, basically, just to make the scene. Basically, you're not important. And I'm sorry to be so harsh, but this is the reality of it. Like, you're not that important. You can be replaced just like that. You're not. I mean, in acting, unless you're like super known or very, you know, famous and you was handpicked for the role, you are not important. You can be replaced. People get roles and they get, you know, start getting noticed and recognized and start getting a little bit of fame, and they think that they are irreplaceable, and you are not. So background work, you're definitely replaceable in a heartbeat. All they need is pretty much a body. It has nothing to do with your look and who you are as a person. They don't give a f***. All they want to do is make sure you don't look too good or too glamorous that you outshine their main actors. It's a lot of different agencies. I'm in Atlanta, so it's a lot of different agencies that cast background actors, and they're specifically aimed at background. I don't think that they cast speaking roles, but just background work, you don't say anything. You cannot say anything, because if you say anything, they have to pay you for saying something. So you will get in trouble if you say something on the camera and they have to use it or whatever, and they don't want to pay you for it. So you say nothing, or else they probably will never use you again. And you don't really want to get blackballed in the industry. Not sure if getting blackballed as a background actor would hurt you if you're trying to do something more serious. I don't know. That's why I got out of it, because I felt like I was this close to being blackballed. I've only seen them cast for background and feature and stand-ins. So a background actor is, you say nothing, you walk around in the background. A stand-in. What is a stand-in? A stand-in is a person who matches the description, the physical description of a main actor, and you're kind of just standing in the place so that while their actors are in the back running their lines or eating food or sleeping, taking a nap, or getting sized up for wardrobe, whatever the case may be, while they're running through the lines before they're getting ready to shoot, they need someone to stand in the place of the actor. I've never done this before, but they usually will say height, maybe like weight or so, but it's mainly the height and the complexion, you know, the race. All of that is what they would put inside the description when they're trying to cast for it. So they'll say, we're looking for an African-American female between 5'2" and 5'4", roughly medium size or something like that for a stand-in role. So a stand-in, you'll just basically just stand there and while they're trying to position the camera or trying to get, you know, all of the, whatever it is that they're doing. So that's a stand-in. A feature is maybe someone who gets a lot of camera time, or someone like the camera specifically on your face and you're like, they need you there. You're a little bit more important than the background, but not, you're still not important. You still can be replaced. So my first role, my first background role as an actor with the TV show on BET called The Quad. I did about, I think, three episodes of that. Since the show has been canceled, so that was probably the first show that I've ever did background work for, and it was a very interesting experience to say the least. I thought the show was good. I saw the first season. When I saw that they was casting for season 2 of The Quad, I, you know, jumped on it. I was like, oh, maybe this is an opportunity for me to get on the show. But it's just so hard to find out who's actually casting for the show. You'll see a lot of agencies casting for the background, and mostly all these websites that you see casting are casting for backgrounds. I learned the hard way about acting and trying to get lead speaking roles, and most of the time you have to have an agent, and if you don't have an agent, you have to either have a die-hard resume or know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, which, you know, this is Atlanta. Everybody claims they know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. So stay clear of that. But let's not get off track. So the first time that I ever did background work for The Quad, I didn't know what the scene was about. They told us what the scene was about, but, you know, they didn't give too many details. You know, they don't want to like really reveal any like secret details, I guess, about the show, or like any spoilers or anything. So they don't really give out too much information when they're casting. They just ask you to submit your headshots, a full body shot, height, weight, age, you know, all of that stuff. They ask you to submit in an email, and they basically pick you from your picture, whatever you submit in the email. It's not really, you don't come in to get casted for background work. It's just, they really just go by your picture and just look at your look, make sure you don't look too outrageous, that you're going to stand out. They want people who tend to like blend in with, you know, what they got going on. So that very first day, the very first time I went there, they were actually casting for a scene where it was like an outbreak, and everyone got sick or something at the campus. I didn't know this. So I come looking all pretty, my hair all, you know, laid, and, you know, got my wash and go popping, all of this stuff. Like, I come up there and I get in there, you know, the first thing they say is, everyone take off all your makeup. This is a scene. You're supposed to look sick. You know, you're supposed to look, why do you have that on? You can't look too glamorous. You're supposed to be sick. Do you have anything else? So I end up wearing a jogging suit that I actually came in with. That's not the outfit that I had planned to wear for the day. But I just had to put that on because they didn't want something that looked too glamorous. Even though this is supposed to be college, even when I'm sick, I'm looking glamorous. So that's not the look that they wanted for the scene. So I went over there. This was my first time. I didn't know. I thought I had to go over there. Well, I think they want you to, but, you know, the other days I didn't go to hair and makeup, so they probably didn't even notice. But they telling you that you need to go to hair and makeup. So I went over there. They teased my hair. She took my hair and she brushed it like backwards. I guess like she took a comb and combed my hair backwards like to tease my hair to make my hair look like outrageous. They put some makeup on my face, like a little bit of makeup, and spray like glycerin on my face. I was just so mad, just to make me look sick like I was sweating. That's cool, okay. You want to make me look like I'm sick, but don't touch my hair. Being sick has nothing to do with your hair. Like our hair still be popping when we sick, or our hair just looks like this. I could look like this and still have a cold or have a stomach virus. That has nothing to do with my hair. So I was upset about that. So I look f***ing crazy on camera on that episode. Like I'm gonna try to find that clip just so I can put it in. I don't know. So I'm like, okay, I'm trying to use this as networking. This is what everyone is doing background work for. Majority of the people out there. Some people are just like professional background actors. That's just what they like to do. They do it for the extra cash. They do it for fun. They have no goal on actually becoming an actor. They don't want to do it. There are people like that. Why? I don't know. But I mean, I guess I kind of wish that when I was up there, I was like that, so I wouldn't have been so annoyed and aggravated at the fact that I couldn't get anyone's attention who mattered. Like, it's just so hard. Okay, so we're filming. The actors are walking past me. I'm peeking in the room where the actors are sitting at, and I'm noticing that the stand-in actors get a little bit more one-on-one time with the actors. They're more, they're closer because they have to mirror the actors, so they have to sit with them. So they basically are getting that, you know, semi-royal treatment. And I see the director. Yeah. So I call myself like, oh, this is who I need to talk to. I need to go straight to the source. Went up to her and kind of introduced myself. When I saw she actually had a moment to breathe, she just kind of brushed me off and was just like, you need to talk to the casting director. And I'm just like, wow. Of course, I was crushed. So before all of the professional actors jumped down my throat, I already knew that you weren't supposed to talk to the actual director as far as casting is concerned, but I was just really approaching her to see if she could point me in a direction or let me know exactly which company or who was casting for the lead actors. I was really just trying to get information. I wasn't trying to audition for her or anything. I really was just trying to get plugged in to see who the right person was to talk to, because this is networking. So if I see an opportunity to talk to the source or the director, I'm going to take it if she's not doing anything. So that's what that was all about. So don't jump down my throat as if I'm an amateur. Am I getting secondhand embarrassment for myself? I was getting firsthand embarrassment and secondhand embarrassment. So she wasn't loud, like she didn't embarrass me in front of a bunch of people, but you know, still I was embarrassed just because I asked the question, and I felt like an idiot because I know I'm asking a question that everyone asks, and like just trying to network. But maybe I was doing it wrong. Some people have a better way of maneuvering and getting that information. Maybe I was just too direct, too aggressive. I don't know what it would take, but that's not my style anyway. So I just kind of like left it alone at that point. So the day off, of course, when you're there one day, they ask you to come for the next day if you want. Like they ask if anybody's interested in doing background work for the next day. They put your name on the list. So the next day was a little bit different. We shot it on the campus of Clark, I believe. It was Clark. I think it was Clark. It could have been Spelman, but they're all in the same area. So we shot it on the campus, and that scene was just us outside, pretty much walking around, walking back and forth. You know, it was a lot more people there that day. Like it was like a big major scene because we were like in the courtyard and as background actors. And that one I actually got, you can see me on camera standing by the tree. So I didn't think the camera was on me. I was like, this camera is not on me. Because you know, sometimes you think you're in the eye line side of the camera and you're not. You find out you're not. All you see is like your hand or something, like, you know, you think you're in eye line sight and you're not. So that's what I thought. So I'm standing on the tree and I'm looking directly at the camera. I'm watching the scene. Like I'm watching them film the scene, and they like cut. So they cut that scene, and they basically came up to me and was just like, hey, you're looking at the camera, you know, you can't look at the camera, you know, just look natural, look like you're doing something, you know, do something else. And I was just like so embarrassed because they had stopped the whole scene just to tell me I'm looking at the camera. I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh shit, I didn't know they could even see me on the camera. I just thought I was just there. Because a lot of times they're placing you in the background and you can't really be seen. And a lot of times they were placing me and, you know, I had to kind of like, you know, we're trying to like get seen. Like, why the f are we here? You don't get paid that much, first of all. You don't get paid shit. I'm going to talk about pay in a minute. But you don't get paid anything. So I want to get seen on fucking camera. Don't put me in the background in the nosebleeds and the glare where you can't even see me and I'm not even getting paid. I'm not even getting paid. And now you got me in the way in the back. So of course I'm trying to get myself, you know, placed in position to where I can be seen on camera. And I positioned myself by the tree and I was just on my phone. Like after they told me that I was looking at the camera, like okay, I tried to, you know, I jump into my act. I'm like, oh, y'all niggas could see me. Y'all could see me? Oh, okay. Let me get into acting mode. So they roll and now I'm looking at my phone, like looking real natural, you know, just playing on my phone, just trying to look cute in the background. Try not to look super awkward or fat. That's what we're worried about because I don't get to see, like when I'm doing my own videos, I can look at it and say, oh, I look fat, let me do that over. You can't do that when you're acting. Like you can't go up there and say, hey, let me see what the you just recorded to make sure I don't look fat, to see if we got to record it over. You don't control nothing. So you just kind of got to suck it in as much, you know, like suck it in and make sure you don't look crazy. Okay, so that was day 2. Day 3, that one I was upset. But the third day was fucking freezing cold. And they they rented out a church parking lot and they had us sitting in the church parking lot garage and it was freezing cold out there. They had some heaters around, but it was just like, oh my God, like why are we out here? And then we had to walk to, I think they had some shuttle buses taking us over to where we're actually shooting at. They had to run us over there. So we were over there shooting outside. It was freezing cold. Then they actually moved us from the church parking lot to indoors at we were on, not Morehouse, what's that, the black college that got shut down. We were on their abandoned campus. That's where we shot at. So we were inside one of those buildings and it was better, you know, but there was no power, so we couldn't charge our phones, we couldn't do anything. We were just basically sitting in there. Like it's just like, I don't know, I just don't like the way they treat the background actors. Like it's just like, we're just like whatever, like the help, like they're just like tossing us to the side. I just felt like they don't treat. Then they like yelling at us and, you know, telling us to go over there, stand over there. They're not yelling, but they're just kind of being nice, nasty with you. It's just like, go over there, like move right here. Why are you walking like that? We told you to go over there. Like it's just super like hold up, like you about to fucking get that work. You about to get snapped on. Like, don't talk to me like that. I don't care if I'm not your lead actor. Don't talk to me like that. There's still a lot of respect that you have for people, even though they're not, you know, they're not your main people. So I was just a little bit taken back by that. It's not my style. Like, so when they were talking to me like that, I was just like, I'm trying to be fucking seen. I made sure I walked in places that I could be seen. I made sure I stood behind actors I knew they were about to film. I was just right there. Y'all gonna get me on camera. Y'all gonna see me on camera. Like, I'm not getting paid that much. I don't have no lines. Y'all gonna at least see me. Like, I've been up here for hours. Like, you're up there for hours. You are up there for hours. That day, I didn't really like that day. That was the day that made me kind of like, they asked us if we wanted to come back to do another scene, and I wasn't with it. Like, I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't know. They weren't treating us. Yeah, so that was my last time working with that show. My next show that I did, well, it wasn't a show. I did 2 days of the Kevin Hart's night school.